ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधर स्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः महाविष्णवे नमः ब्रह्मणे नमः सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नमः नारदाय नमः वेदव्यासाय नमः शुकब्रह्मर्षे नमः सूतमहामुनये नमः शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादि अवतारेभ्यो अतिथ्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः ओम श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हेग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः श्री आदिपराशक्ति मात्रे नमः माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः श्री आदि शंकराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणः गुरुणां देवतानां श्रुतिमातु कृपया उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराण इतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं च सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं समस्त सनातनधर्मसाधकभक्तसेवकानां संस्थापकानां विघ्नशत्रुनिर्मूलन साधना शक्ति संपदा अवाप्तिद्वारा दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणशास्त्रस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्य पारायणमध्ययनं तथा महाशिवरात्रि संदर्भे श्री साम्बसदाशिवपरमात्मनः स्तोत्राणां पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. Salutations to the Lord in all forms, Bhagavatacharyas, Bhagavata Gurus and Avataras, especially to Sri Shukadevji, Suta Mahamuni and the Vyasaji, Naradji, etc. Today is a great festival, Sri Maha Shivaratri also. I am sure you are all reveling in Shiva Bhakti from morning. So we did our Rudra part, Namakam Chamakam in the morning. Then we did Ashtotras, we have done, some Stotra part in the morning. Again today, after Bhagavatam, 2 or 3 Stotrams we will do. Then some Japa we do. So too, after Adhyatma Ramayanam, we will have our Shiva Kavacha Parayanam. So that's how we invoke Lord Shiva's grace on all of us for blessing us with the wisdom of this Shastra, and that sadhana should happen through us for the Shivanubhuti very soon. Now in the beginning we will have Dashamaskandha Parayana Madhyanam. We have done 43rd chapter yesterday, where Bhagavan Krishna, Balarama, after finishing Kolayapeda, entered. Everybody saw, then the discussions, comments were there. Toward the end, Chanura inviting Krishna, Balarama for the Yuddha. Now in this 44th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna and Balarama will finish those all wrestlers. They run away, remaining people. Then even Kamsa also becomes ferocious to fight. Lord Krishna attacks him, drags him. Even Kamsa also dies. Then there is a stroke of all of them. Bhagavan Krishna makes all the final rites to be done. Then they meet Devaki Vasudeva. Up to that is the topic in this 44th chapter. But in the beginning, when the Yuddha is going on, Malla Yuddha, all the people of Mathura Nagari feel sympathetic to Krishna and Balarama because they are small young kids. Whereas the Mustika Chanur are very hefty people, such a huge ones. So this is how their karuna, their prema, we can see. So we will chant up to verse number 17 we will do. Then we try to see the meaning. Om Atha Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Dashama Skandha Purvardha अथ चतुश्चत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः श्रीशुक उवाच एवं चर्चितसङ्कल्पः भगवान् मधुसूदनः आससादाथ चाणूरं मुष्टिकं रोहिणीसुतः हस्ताभ्यां हस्तयोर्बद्ध्वा पद्भ्यामेव च पादयोः विचकर्षुतुरन्योन्यं प्रसह्य विजिगीषया अरत्नी द्वे अरत्नीभ्यां जानुभ्यां चैव जानुनि शिरः शीर्ष्णोरसोरस्तौ अन्योन्यमभिजघ्नतुः परिभ्रामणविक्षेप परिरम्भावपातनैः उत्सर्पणापसर्पणैश्च अन्योन्यं प्रत्यरुन्धताम् उत्थापनैरुन्नयनैः चालनैः स्थापनैरपि परस्परं जिगीषन्तौ अपचक्रतुरात्मनः तद्बलाबलवत् युद्धं समेताः सर्वयोषितः ऊचुः परस्परं राजन् सानुकम्पावरूथशः महानयं बता धर्म येषां राजसभासदां ये बलाबलवत् युद्धं राज्ञोन्विच्छन्ति पश्यतः क्व वज्रसार सर्वाङ्गौ मल्लौ शैलेन्द्रसन्निभौ क्व चाति सुकुमाराङ्गौ किशोरौ नाप्तयौवनौ धर्मव्यतिक्रमो ह्यस्य समाजस्य ध्रुवं भवेत् यत्राधर्मः समुत्तिष्ठेत् न स्तेयं तत्र कर्हिचितो न सभां प्रविशेत् प्राज्ञः सभ्यदोषाननुस्मरन् अब्रुवन् विब्रुवन्नज्ञः नरः किल्मिषमश्नुते वल्गतः शत्रुम् अभितः कृष्णस्य वदनाम्बुजम् वीक्षतां श्रमवार्युक्तं पद्मकोशमिवाम्बुभिः किं न पश्यत रामस्य मुखम् आताम्रलोचनं मुष्टिकं प्रति सामर्शं हाससंरम्भशोभितं पुण्यावतव्रजभुवो यदयं नृलिङ्ग गूढः पुराणपुरुषो वनचित्रमाल्यः गाः पालयन् सह बलः क्वणयंश्च वेणुं विक्रीडयाञ्चति गिरित्रमार्चिताङ्घ्रिः गोप्यस्तवः किमचरन् यदमुष्यरूपं लावण्यसारम् असमोर्ध्वमनन्यसिद्धं दृग्भिः पिबन्ति अनुसवाभिनवं दुरापम् एकान्तधाम यशसः श्रिय ऐश्वरस्य यादोहने वहनने मथनोपलेप प्रेङ्खेङ्कनार्भरुदितोक्षणमार्जनादौ गायन्ति चैनमनुरक्तधियोश्रुकण्ठ्यः धन्या व्रजस्त्रियः उरु क्रमचित्तयानाः प्रातर्व्रजाद् व्रजत आविशतश्च सायं गोभिः समं क्वणयतोऽस्य निशम्य वेणुं निर्गम्य तूर्णमबलाः पथि भूरि पुण्याः पश्यन्ति सस्मितमुखं सदयावलोकम् एवं प्रभाषमाणासु स्त्रीषु योगेश्वरो हरिः शत्रुं हन्तुं मनश्चक्रे भगवान् भरतर्षभः सभयाः स्त्रीगिरः श्रुत्वा पुत्रस्नेहशुचातुरौ पितरावन्वतप्येतां पुत्रयोरबुधौ बलं तैस्तैर्नियुद्धविधिभिः विविधैरच्युतेतरौ युधाते यथान्योन्यं तथैव बलमुष्टिकौ भगवद्गात्रनिष्पातैः वज्रनिष्पेषनिष्ठुरैः चाणूरो भज्यमानाङ्गः मुहुर्ग्लानिमवावः सस्येन वेग उत्पत्य मुष्टीकृत्य करावुभौ भगवन्तं वासुदेवं क्रुद्धो वक्षस्य बाधत न चलत् तत्प्रहारेण मालाहतैव द्विवः बाह्वोर्निगृह्य चाणूरं बहुशो भ्रामयन् हरिः भूपृष्ठे पोथयामास तरसा क्षीणजीवितं विस्रस्ता कल्पकेशस्रक् इन्द्रध्वज इवावदद तथैव मुष्टिकः पूर्वं समुष्ट्या विहतेन वै बलभद्रेण बलिना तलेना विहतो भृशं प्रवेपितः सरुधिरम् उद्वमन् मुखतोर्जितः व्यसुः पपातोर्विपस्थे वाताहत इवाङ्घ्रिवः ततः कूटमनुप्राप्तं रामः प्रहरतां वरः अवधीत लीलया राजन् सावज्ञं वाममुष्टिना तर्ह्येव हि शलः कृष्ण पदापहत शीर्षकः द्विधा विदीर्णस्तोल्शलकः उभावपि निपेततुः चाणूरे मुष्टिके कूटे शलेतो शलके हते शेषाः प्रदुद्रुवुर्मल्लाः सर्वे प्राणपरीप्सवः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Wonderful, Bhagavan Krishna Avatar. He has done everything that a human being can do. Here we can see is a most beautiful, what you call the wrestling fighting also. So Sri Shuka Vacha. Yesterday we saw Chanura inviting. Krishna says, yes, we are also the Praja of Kamsa only. We should also make him happy, and that is our duty also. It is a great fulfillment also. But only the equivalents we should have to fight with, else it will be insult for the onlookers. Then Chanura said, who said you are less powerful and all? You have finished just now Kolaya Pida. Therefore, you have to have fighting with we wrestlers. To begin with, you fight with me. Let Mushtika and Balarama fight. So that was happened. Sri Shuka Vacha Chatushchatvarimsha Adhyayaha. In this 44th, Shukadevji narrates to Parikshitji, Evam Charchita Sankalpaha. In this way, having discussed and decided, Bhagavan Madhusudanaha, Lord Krishna, Asasada Atha Chanuram. Then he started fighting with Chanura, Mushtikam Rohini Sutaha, Bhagavan Balarama with Mushtikasura. So Chanurasura, Mushtikasura, they're all Kamsa's friends. So maybe in the same wrestling field, Jata Jaga Hoga, so one place these two, one place these two, started fighting. Then wonderful, there's a heavy fight it is. So astabhyam astayoho badhva. So holding each hands with the other hands. प्रभ्याम एवं च पादयोः इन पाँव से पाँव को जकड़ते हुए विचकर्षतुर अन्योयम pulling each other prasahya with full force vijigishaya wanting to defeat the other one. As we see in the wrestling competition, how they lock the hands, not giving chance to the other, and with the feet also they lock each other's feet. That type of great wrestling was going on. Aratni dve aratni bhyam. Aratni is this, what you call elbow. So fighting with the elbow, protecting, controlling each other. Janu bhyam cheva januni, with the knees. Janu means knee. So knees also they were locking. Shiraha shirshnoho, then head with the head. Then urasoho usaha. So uraha with the thighs and thighs. Anyonyam abhijagnatuhu. So they were hitting, beating each other. Then paribhramana, uthakar ghumana, vikshepa, throwing, parirambha, holding, that into that, embracing, not out of love, but not giving chance to other. Avapatana, fir niche girana, utsarpana, pushing, apasarpana, pulling. In this way, anyonyam pratyarundatam. Thus they were fighting with each other very, very ferociously. Then utthapanaihi, taking up, unnayanaihi means niche girana. Then chalanaihi, खींच के घुमा देना, स्थापनैहि एक ही जगह पकड़ के रखना, हिलने नहीं देना. All the wrestling competition में जो होता है, all are this. In this way, parasparam jigishantau apachakratu atmanaha. That is how trying to defeat each other. They were rotating around each other and then coming together, fighting again, getting separated. In this way, that bala balavat yuddham. So bala abalavan. So the Mushtika Chanura, the Balavan, children they are two, Krishna Balama Abalavan, Sametaha, Sarvayoshitaha, Uchu Parasparam. So seeing that Yuddha, all the women folk who were there talked to each other, Sa Anukampaha, so much of compassion they had for Krishna and Balrama, Varutashaha in groups. So those char banch milkar, they were discussing. Very interesting discussion. Not knowing power of Balrama and Krishna, out of love and sympathy, they just say this yuddha is unjustifiable. They say, Maharayam bat adharmaha, extreme adharma is happening here. Yesham Rajasabha Sadam, for all the people who are assembled here, because ye Bala Balavat Yuddham, Ragnaha Anvichanti Pashadaha, even king also approving, people also approving, and they are watching the fighting between the unequal people. It's a big adharma that is happening, should not be. How? Kwa Vajrasara Sarvangau Mallau, Vajrasara Sarva Anga. Like every limb of these Malla Yuddhas, Mustika Chanurar, like the Vajra only, as strong as diamond. Shailendra Sanibhav, looking hefty, huge like a mountain. Kwacha Ati Kusumara Angau, Sukumara Angau. And these two are very Sukumara Anga, Kishorau, very small, maybe 8, 9. Na Apta Yavanau, even Yuvavasta also they have not got. So neither Yuvavasta, very Kishora, they are one Sukumara Anga and they are Vajra Anga and like a Shaila Sannibha. How can it be? So now two words of Dharma they talk. Dharma Vyatikramahi Asya Samajasya Dhruvam Bhavet. The whole group which are seated here are really doing adharma. So what I mean is the Lord is watching from up above. He will punish everyone because they are seeing adharma, they are supporting adharma ityadi. Yatra adharma samuttishtet nasteyam tatra karichit. See, wherever such type of adharma, unrighteousness of fighting between unequals happening, we should not stay there. It is wrong. Why? What happens if we stay? कि न सभाम प्रविशेत प्राज्ञः सभ्य दोषान अनुस्मरन. If at all any of the sabha, there is a dosha which is very clearly known in advance, to such sabha a wise person, a prajna, should not enter. Because if he enters there, abruvan, if he doesn't speak the truth, vibruvan, if he speaks untruth, then agnaha, if he says that I don't know, naraha kilvisham ashnute. In all these three cases, he will be getting sin only. So, this all talk about any of the vyavahara where adharma is dominating. You don't involve there, because when they ask your opinion, if you don't say the truth, if you say the untruth, and if you remain silent also. These are the three options we have. Because the negative people are balavan. So उनके खिलाफ बोलोगे तो बहुत मुश्किल होएगा. Never बोल नहीं सकते. The truth you can't speak, untruth you should not speak. Then you cannot keep quiet without speaking. You can't say I don't know also, because inner conscience will trouble you. Inner conscience will trouble if I don't speak. Then if I speak against these good people, then they will scold. Therefore, I will not speak. Then इनके फेवर में तो बोलना ही नहीं चाहिए, they are wrong. So in all the three possibilities, there is a problem. What is better? Don't enter into that sabha. Where the adharma people are very dominant. So that is a very important rule. Therefore, हर एक लड़ाई झगड़े में फंसना नहीं जिंदगी में. It goes on happening. Nobody is ready to listen to us. Everybody is an intoxication of ego, arrogance, and selfishness, doing all for their own destruction. Even भगवान इन कलियुगा ऐसे हाथ लगाकर देखते रहते हैं, अपना जान बचाओ पहले. If somebody comes for any help and all we can do, advise, help or sorting out the issue, but खुद इन्वॉल्व हो जाए तो दोनों मिलकर हमारी पिटाई करेंगे. Or we'll always be in the sin. One, abruvan, if you don't speak truth. Abruvan is not speaking the truth. Vibruvan is speaking the lie. Agnya means saying that I don't know. In all the three cases, naraha kilvisham ashnute. So they were all that way talking to each other, each one talking one topic. Valgataha shatrum, rotating around the shatru, abhitaha, Krishnasya vadanambujam vikshata. See the face of Krishna, Shramamari Uptam, so much wet with all the sweat, etc. Padma Koshamiva Ambubihi, like the bud of the lotus with the water. How much he is tired, you see? Krishna Bhagavan ka chehra dekho. Then Kimna Pashyada Ramasya Mukham, see the face of Balrama also, Atamra Lochanam, looking so red like the copper, Mushtikam Prati Samarsham, with so much ferocious anger, he is fighting with Mushtika, Asa Sambrahma Shobhitam, though he is having that smile on the face, but they are so small, younger, fighting with such a heavy malla. Now they shift to the Vrindavana Leelas and all in these 4 beautiful shlokas. For you and me again, they remind Bhagavan Krishna's pastime, beautiful Leelas. They were talking to each other, देख रहे हो युद्ध कि पुण्यावत व्रजभुवः, that Vrajabhumi is Punyavan. Why? Yet Ayam is Lord Krishna, Nrulinga Gudaha, who is in the Gudha Rupa, as a Manushya Rupa, he has come. Purana Varushaha, he is Paramatma only. And Vana Chitra Malyaha, wearing Chitra Vichitra Vanamalas, Gahapalayan, grazing the cows, Sahabalaha, along with Balarama, Kodayan Shavenum, playing such a beautiful flute, Vikridaya, with variety of sports. Anchati, he touches his feet onto the ground. Therefore, that ground of Rajabhumi is so blessed. Giritra Rama Archita Angrihi, that feet of the Lord which are worshipped by Giritra Lord Shiva, Rama, Mahalakshmi Mata. So Bhagavan Shiva and Lakshmi, they worship the feet. Those feet Lord has touched on the earth of Vrajabhumi. Therefore, the Vrajabhumi is so divine. So this is the lesson for you and I, that in life at least few times we should go and stay in the Vrajabhumi and evolve, intensely involved in Sri Krishna Bhakti, in touching every place of the Vrajabhumi where Bhagavan has walked, put his step. So all this is the bhavanas, which are facts also, but facts also we don't remember, we don't value. So here the fact that Bhagavan touched Vrajabhumi with his feet, therefore that place is divine. When uska bhavana, when we do, that type of devotion in our heart gets developed. So that's how they were talking about Vrajabhumi's fortune. Lord Krishna walked on that. Then next come to Gopis. Gopyaha tapaha kimacharan. What great tapasya these Gopikas must have done. Yat amushya rupam. The Lord Krishna's rupa, sundara rupa, lavanya saram. It is the essence of all the beauties. So then asama urdhvam. There is nobody equivalent to him in the beauty. Then equal he nahi hai. How can there be anybody greater than him? Ananya siddham. This rupa cannot be found by any of the पुण्य कर्म यज्ञ याग आदि. उसके द्वारा भी सुंदर रूप मिलते हैं, पर ये तो ऐसा मिलने वाला नहीं है. भगवान का स्वरूप ही है वो. द्रुग्भि पिबंती, with their own eyes they drink this form of Lord Krishna. Anusava abhinavam, every time appearing newer and newer. Durapam, which is not easily available for anyone. Ekanta dhama, the Lord's beautiful face, and the Lord himself is the single abode of Yashasaha, Shriyaha, Aishwaryasya. यश का भी, श्री का भी, ऐश्वर्य का भी एकमात्र धाम भगवान Krishna's such a beautiful form which is not otherwise seen anywhere. Seeing every day, they were reveling the Gopikas, how great they are, how fortunate they are, what great tapasyas they have done. See, this is how we have to get inspired from the Gopikas and increase our own prema bhakti for Lord every day. These are the purpose of again and again bringing the topic of Gopikas is to learn from them the Nirankara Nishkalmasha Prema to Bhagavan. So Bhagavan may not be now there in the avatara as he was there at that time. But no need, we have Bhagavad Puranam, we have the great stotras and all, they have great Mahatmas who are telling us the glory of Bhagavan, his Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, Dhama. Should it not be sufficient for our intellects to get convinced, and then the convinced intellects should convince the mana, and that mana, vani, buddhi always should revel in the Krishna Tattva, Krishna Mahima, Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Rupa Darshana, Krishna Upasana, and Krishna Nama Adi. Then next they say these Gopikas, Dohane, when they were milching the cows, then Avahanane, when they are pounding the rice and all of that, Mathana, when they were, churning the buttermilk, etc., Upalepana, then when they do make up to themselves, so praying Khenkana, when they are pulling that cradle where the children are sleeping, then Arbha Rudita Ukshana, when the children are crying, then pacifying them, then Marjanadav, when they are doing the Jadu and Puja. at all the time. So even when the children cry, unko pacify karne ke liye, they do Krishna Leela. Krishna Leela Ganam only. When they have to move the cradle, that time also. When they do the pounding, that time. Every time, Gayanti cha enam. They sing about his glories only. Anurakta diyaha. So much there they is anurakta. They so much attached with the devotion to Krishna that ashrukantyaha, with the tears in eyes all the time of the devotion. Therefore, dhanyaha vrajastriyaha. They are the blessed ones. Urukrama chittayanaha. So they are all भगवान कृष्ण को ही निरंतर चित्त में रखने वाले. Now see, when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan and coming to Mathura, those Gopikas were talking about the blessedness and fortune of the Mathura Vasins, that they are going to have Krishna Darshan. No, these Mathura Vale, all women folk, they say how fortunate they were. So both of them were not jealous, but appreciating the other's devotion, and they are also getting inspired from that. और वो लोग ऐसा सोच रहे करके इनको, ये लोग ऐसा सोच रहे करके उनको नहीं पता, पर हमको पता है कि दोनों ऐसा सोच रहे हैं. So both of them were not feeling jealous but feeling blessed. That's how we have to keep on sending the thoughts of praise, thoughts of appreciation mutually whenever we see anybody doing good works, great works, especially the spiritual things. That's how the positive vibrations we have to spread, not the negative of jealousy, etc. Even because on the name of devotion, etc. So this is how lot of things that can be learned through such type of expressions. Then continuation they are doing pratar vrajat vrajataha. When early morning Krishna goes from Vrajabhumi, Avishatascha Sayam, coming in the evening, go Govihi Samam, along with all the Gopa Balakas, Kvanayataha, when he was playing the Venu, Asya Venu, Kvanayata, Nishamya, listening to that sound of the Venugana of the Krishna only, which hints that he is coming back, Nirgamya Thurnam, immediately, instantaneously, coming out of their own houses and rooms, Abalaha, these women folk, Pati, on the Marga, Bhuri Punyaha, those who are so fortunate of doing lot of Punya, Pashyanti, they see Sasmita Mukham, the face of the Lord full of smile, Sadayavalokam, which he is also looking at them with all the daya of kindness, compassion, and blessings. So in this way, they are all just meditating on the great episodes of Gopikas prema towards Bhagavan. So many. So in this way, they were talking in groups while the wrestling was going on. इतने क्या हुआ एवं प्रभास्यमानासु स्त्रीषु. In this way, when the women folk were talking to each other, Yogeshwaraha Harihi, Lord Bhagavan Krishna, dekho, Yoga Ishwaraha Yogeshwaraha. The one who has the yoga, success for that, all the upayas with him, such Lord, Shatrum Hantum Manaschakre. He made his mind to finish that Shatru. Bhagavan Bharatarshabha, oh Bharatarshabha, Parikshita, the Lord decided to kill the Shatru, Chanura. Then Sabhayaha, itne mein kya hoga? Stri Giraha Shrutva. No, the Devaki Vasudeva were in that jail only. But somebody reported to them that the Mushtika Chanura and Krishna Balram are fighting. Putra Sneha Shucha Aturau. With so much of prema to their children, with all the restlessness in the mind, Pitarau Anvatapetam. Both of Vasudeva Devaki were so much in dukkha. Putra Yoho Abudau Balam. Because they never seen the strength and bala of the children, Krishna and Balrama. So in this way, just to cameras focused on the war and then sometime on the other streets of Mathura, what they are discussing, again to the jail where Devaki Vasudeva were in this way. Then Taihi Niyutta Vidhivihi Vividaihi. In this way, with variety of wrestling feats. So Achyuta Itarau Yuyudhate. Lord Krishna and Chanura were fighting. Yatha Anyonyam Tatha Eva Balamushtikau. The other side, Balrama Mushtika. How did they learn? We don't know. But every feat in the wrestling to defeat the others, they have mastered. So they were using all of those possible feats. Then Bhagavad Gatra Nishpataihi. When Bhagavan, with all his limbs, was giving those blows to Chanura, Vajra Nishpesha Nishturaihi, They were so nishtura, like the Vajra only, Indra Vajra iduke saman. Then Chanuraha Bhajyamana Angaha. His one limb was getting broken. Muhur Glanim Avapaha. At every blow of Krishna, he was feeling that glani and dukkha. Sa Shena Vegaha. Then he just invoked the strength like a eagle, Utpatya, having jumped onto Mushti Krutya Karaubhav with both hands making as a fist. Bhagavanta Vasudevam to Lord Krishna, Kruddhaha with anger, Vakshasi Abadataha, gave a blow on the chest of Lord Krishna. What happened to Krishna when he gave such a big blow? Na achalata tat praharena. Even little also Bhagavan did not move. How that blow was for Krishna? Mala hata iva dvipaha. ये फूल माला से हाथी को मारोगे तो क्या होगा? कर ले You don't even feel. To the hathi, you have to have that strong ankusha. You know that mahouts have that ankusha. With that they pierce it, then it comes into control. एक माला से मारो तो मजा कर रहे हो क्या? Same way, he was like elephant, and the beating of Chanura was like a mala hatha only to Krishna. Thus he never moved at all. He never got disturbed, never got any type of hurt also. Then what happens? Na achalat. Then after that, Bhagavan himself, Bahor Vigrahya Chanuram. Then with his own hands, he controlled that Chanura. Bahusho Brahmayan Harihi. फिर आपको बड़ा बाल घुमाया उठा के. Then what did he do? Puprushte Podaya. He hit kiya on the earth only. Tarasak Shina Jivitam. With that one bang, he died out. No, भगवान सी कॉमन सेंस होना चाहिए. ये कंस चाणूर को कृष्ण looks small, but 7 days he lifted Parvata. They must know his energy. But they took it for granted. भगवान ने कहा मैं तो पहाड़ ही उठा, इसको क्या है, घुमा घुमा के पटक दे on the earth. It died only. Visrasta kalpa keshasraka indradvaja ivavadatu. All his malas, all his abharanas, kirita, everything fell here and there, including all those garlands. So then tatha eva mushtikaha. Same was the other wrestling. Balarama and Mushtikaha. Purvam samushtya avihitena vai. Balaramena. He hit Balarama with his own mushti. Balena talena balina talena aviyataha. Balaram chodenge, but he also with the tala, he gave a lot of prahara to that mustika. Then pravepitaha sa rudiram udvaman mukataha arditaha yasu papata urvi upaste vata ati vangripa. When Bhagavan Balarama gave with his hateri lot of blows, like a very big wind or tufan, as the trees fall down uprooted. In that way, Rudhiramudvaman Mukataha, bleeding from the mouth, Ardita with so much of pain, Vyasuhu, leaving the prana, Papata, Urvi Upaste, on the earth, even the Mushtika also fell. So Krishna killed Chanura, then Balarama Krishna killed that Mushtika Asura. Huge fellows they were. Then Tatha Kutam Anupraptam. Then the Kuta came, another Malla. Ramaha Praharatam Varaha, Bhagavan who knows how to beat her. Avadit Leelaya Rajan, Savagnyam Vama Mushtina. Bhagavan Balarama did not even care that, what is his name? Kutako, with left hand only one blow he gave, he died only. Only one blow. ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं वेस्ट करना. So Mushtika Chanura Kuta finished. 2 more are there, no? Tarhi eva Shalaha. Shala came to fight Bhagavan Krishna. Padapahata Shirshakaha. With the feet only he gave a blow. His head got disconnected from the trunk. He died. Ditha Vidirna Toshalakaha. When Toshala came, Bhagavan unko 2 टुकड़े कर दिया. In this way, Ubhav api nipetatu. Both of them died. Thus, Chanure, Mushtike, Kute, Shale, Toshalake, Hate. When all these 5 main wrestlers were killed, Sheshaha, what about others? Pradutruhu Mallaha. Sarve, Shesha Sarve Mallaha, Pradutruhu. The remaining wrestlers ran away, Parana Paripsavaha, wanting to protect their own life. Now Kamsa goes also. That story of Kamsa being removed by Lord, we will see tomorrow. That is how Bhagavan Krishna's beautiful Leelas, we are only seeing to know how glorious, great He is, so that our Asta, Bharosa, Shraddha, Bhakti to Him grows to the extent of total Sharanagati, leading to finding him to be our Ashraya, both for Bhukti as well as Mukti. Thus, with prayers to him, by doing whatever he says through the Shastra, keeping him as the goal, live a life of absolute relaxation at the mind level. For that purpose, we are studying all the Shastras. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Bhagavata Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Suta Sharanam Mama, Shri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Narada Sharanam Mama, Shri Kumara Sharanam Mama, Shri Brahma Sharanam Mama, Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama, Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Angum Ullangayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Paramanandamaadhavam Swarge Satye Cha Kailase Vaikunte Nasti Ayam Rasa Atapivantu Sadbhagyaha Mama Munjada Karejada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam द्वादश स्कंदः ओम आभासश्च यतश्चाध्यवसेयते स आश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते ओम अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः श्री शुक उवाच. Friends, we are reveling in this beautiful shlokas and the meanings of Bhagavad Mahapurana. May this revelation become so deep that all the informations, knowledges which we are comprehending, which we are listening, which we are understanding, goes deep into our heart and creates such a devotee in us, creates such a sadhaka in us that all through the day we are only in the spiritual sadhana to reach to the Lord. Other than that, nothing should remain in our life. May this effort of ours of studying Shastra not go wasted. May every moment, everything heard be digested, and the essence of that should permeate our personality and express as the intense, continuous sadhana. So that's the idea with which we are analyzing these Shastras and trying to study them. We are into this Dvadasha Skandham, Ashraya Skandham, and in this, in the third chapter, we are seeing Bhagavan Shukadevji's great teachings through Parikshitji to all of us. And the Mahima of these 10-12 slokas we are singing every day, and as we were singing the Mahima, so we are seeing the meaning of that also when we are trying to analyze it. We'll continue today also some 3, 4, 5 slokas what Bhagavan Shukadevji's Agnya to Parikshitji and all of us or the sadhana indicated. And as we said, how much was the concern in Shukadevji for Parikshitji and all of us that he doesn't want us to miss this opportunity of human life, make full use of it to reach out to Bhagavan by doing the simpler than the simplest sadhana, specially suitable for the KALIYUGA people. In fact, this discussion of the 10-12 slokas is so complete, so all-inclusive, especially for us who are in this Kali. Let us chant these slokas, now mind, from 43 to 52. Om Athat Trutiyodhyayah Shri Shuka Uvacha Kalauna Rajan Jagatam Param Gurum Trilokanathanatapada Pankajam Prayena Martya Bhagavantamachyutam Yakshyanti Pashanda Vibhinna Chetasaha Yannamatheyam Riyamana Athurah Patan Skalanva Vivasho Grunan Pumana Vimukta Karmargala Uttamam Gatim Prapnoti Yakshyanti Natam Kalau Janaha पुंसां कलिकृतान् दोषान् द्रव्यदेशात्मसम्भवान् सर्वान् हरति चित्तस्थः भगवान् पुरुषोत्तमः श्रुतः संकीर्तितो ध्यातः पूजितश्चादृतोऽपि वा नृणां धुनोति भगवान् हृत्स्थो जन्मायुता शुभं यथा हेम्नि सितो वह्निः दुर्वर्णं हन्ति धातुजम् एवमात्मगतो विष्णुः योगिनाम् अशुभाशयं विद्यातपः प्राणनिरोधमैत्री तीर्थाभिषेक व्रतदानजप्यैः न अत्यन्तशुद्धिं लभतेऽन्तरात्मा यथा हृदिस्ते भगवत्यनन्ते तस्मात् सर्वात्मना राजन् हृदिस्थं कुरु केशवं म्रियमाणो हि अवहितः ततो यासि परां गतिं म्रियमाणैरभिध्येयः भगवान् हरिरीश्वरः आत्मभावं नयत्यङ्ग सर्वात्मा सर्वसम्भवः कलेर्दोषनिधे राजन् अस्ति ह्येको महान् गुणः कीर्तनादेव कृष्णस्य मुक्तसङ्गः परं व्रजेत् कृते यत् ध्यायतो विष्णुं त्रेतायां यजतो मखैः द्वापरे परिचर्यायां कलौ तद् हरिकीर्तनात् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां 12 स्कन्धे तृतीयोऽध्यायः ओम शांति शांति शांति. Let us salute Shruti Mata Param Brahma, Bhagavan in all avatars of Bhagavatam, all Bhagavata Acharyas, Gurus, etc. May they enter our hearts only when those Rishi Muni Guru enter and take possession of our Manabuddhi, that these mantras reveal that meaning to us and never otherwise, not otherwise. May Parabrahma, may Brahmadeva, may our Vishnu Bhagavan, may our Sanakadi Muni, Narada, Vyasa Bhagavan, Shukadevaji, Sutadi be invited by us, invoked by us, or requested by us to enter into our Manabuddhi and reveal these beautiful shlokas, their meaning. May we get convinced about all that. Now in that first shloka 43, what is most important thing we have to learn is this one. Ki whoever are the ones, Pashanda, who talk the opposite language of bhakti, criticizing bhakti or adhyatmikata, live their life of pakhanda, and also try to inspire us in the arthakama, bhautikavada. First and foremost, consider that is dussanga. Never ever give chance to them, come what may, how much ever important they appear to be. Because whatever little sadguna we have, that also they'll remove. And in the Kali, already we are filled with so many doshas within ourselves, they will add more and more to that. Therefore, don't let loose our own mana buddhi, expose it to such people. Even not only discussing with them and getting information from the Bhautikavada, even try to avoid their vicinity also. भाग जाओ कोई नास्तिक लोग है तो ऐसा हमें केयरफुल रहना है बिकॉज देयर पावरफुल प्रेजेंस आल्सो कैन इन्फ्लुएंस अस as best as possible, as much as possible, avoid. If the physical proximity cannot be avoided, vocally be careful with them. Stick only to that thing कि जितना जरूरत है उतना काम किया बात किया. More than that, not even one word. You know, we have to protect the heart in ours in the Kaliyuga for the sadhana and bhakti. As we have done this avoidance of the dussanga to protect our heart, equally positive thing we have to do. What is that? Though this is Kaliyuga filled with so many people with negativity, still here also there are some people who are true, who are genuine in their understanding about the glory of Bhagavan, and thus they are consciously initiative laker involving in their own bhakti adi spiritual sadhanas. So with effort, consciously go to them. The other people, consciously we have put effort to avoid them. These people, consciously we have to go to them. So if they tell, listen. If they don't tell, ask them. and try to learn or listen from them the Bhagavan's Gunagana, Bhagavan's Mahima, through variety of the Leelas of Bhagavan, which are depicted or given to us in all Purana Itihasa. So all this what is said as he is Jagatam Param Gurum, he is Trilokanatha Anata Pankaja, he is Bhagavan, he is Achyuta. These things either we must know and therefore find that Lord alone is worship worthy and worship him. Along with that, wherever such great kathas are going on, where the people or the speakers or the acharyas or the gurus or the sadhu santa or the mahatmas or the jnanis or those sannyasis talking about Paramatma's Mahima, consciously with the both ears opened, keep on listening and allow those divine words to enter our heart, create the jnana about the Mahima of Paramatma, so that, oh, ho, Lord is so great. Oh, ho, because the Lord only whole universe is. Oh, ho, because of Lord only I am given everything. Oh, ho, if you go against Paramatma and Dharma, these are the problems we incur. Oh, ho, if we are a devotee of the Lord, this is what He will give us, both bhukti and mukti. In this way, again and again, again and again, when we do, then in the chitta, all this glory of Bhagavan is filled. Along with that, the inspiration to do all sadhanas to propitiate the Lord, welcome the Lord, invoke the Lord, can be done by us. Inspiration comes and we can do. Else what will happen? In Kali Yuga, either we enter into the utter tamo guna of our own intellect, not thinking at all about Paramatma, or it will be in the Rajaguna of only indulgence in the exceeding extreme Bhautikavada, which is the disorder of this Kali Yuga. So all the time you have to, like a patient sometime now, again and again they enter into coma or a state of non-awareness. है ना, और एपिलिप्सी वगैरह वाले बार बार उनको जागृत करना पड़ता है. इन कलियुगा with regard to spirituality will always be either in मूढ़ भूमिका or क्षिप्त भूमिका. Even coming to vikshapta bhumika of remembering the Lord frequently also is very difficult in Kali. But as regard the Bhautikavada is concerned, fully involved in that, like a Samprajnati Samadhi only. About the worldly things. Only when it comes to भगवान का ना सुनते हैं, सुने तो भी ना स्मरण में होता, ना कोई हमको उसका असर ही पड़ता है. We can see it from 2-3 years where every day studying how much of the effect of all these Bhagavata Kathas repeatedly we are studying is seen on our hearts. Very less. That is how in Kali Yuga, the human beings, you and I, our antakaranas are either in the tamoguna of the mudata or the rajoguna of the kshiptata. What is the remedy then? Keep on yourself studying, yourself talking, and anyone who is talking about Bhagavan's Mahima, no other way to keep on listening. लेकिन जिनका शुगर डाउन हो रहा है तो लगाना पड़ता है वो ड्रिप, और वो ड्रिप जाता रह रहा है, ही विल बी देयर स्टेबल. डिस्कनेक्ट कर दिया, खत्म हो गया, ही विल कोलैप्स ओनली. दैट वे वी हैव टू फील that when the injection of regular listening about the glory of the Lord is not given to us, the bhakta in us will enter into this hypoglycemia. Something like that, I don't know, technical word. We have to feel like that for our own selves. And that is true. Try 1-2 days, not coming to class, not studying Bhagavatam, not doing any of this Varupasana. Try karna 2-3 din. How quickly the mind will become forgetful about everything of Bhagavan and all that. That's the danger is there in this Kali Yuga, Jivas, their Antakarna. Therefore, as much we put efforts to avoid the Pakhandis or Pashandis who disturb our faith in the Lord, so much with effort we have to be in the company of Satpurushas who inspire and instill in us all the informations and inspirations about Bhagavan's Mahima and the Bhakti sadhanas when we do, the result of that of both Bhukti and Mukti. So this is the lesson we have to learn from this shloka. Then the next one, once we have learned from that shloka that avoid the bad company and get the good company, from the good company, theoretically we have nirantara heard about Bhagavan's Mahima. Once it is embedded in the heart, to make it more stronger or useful, practically we have to start taking the name of the Lord to begin with the Bhakti sadhana. Starting with Nama. And the power of the Nama is given here at the time of death. Happening for any reason, If one is taking the name of the Lord, what is a powerful thing it is said here? Vimukta karma argalaha. All the latches and locks and doors of the karma are opened up. Then uttamam gatim prapnoti. We get the uttama gati. What more we need in our own life, that we are freed from the millions of lives accumulated karma samskara which otherwise cause hundreds of lives. वो सब अवॉइड होकर reaching the uttama gati of Bhagavad Anubhuti. Can there anything be greater than this which can be desired by us? Both of them will be achieved by a person who is doing the smarana of the Lord at the time of death. That is the power of the Bhagavan's smarana. If that is the case, how regularly, sincerely, with faith, you have to take the name of Lord. Here, Shukadevji says, in KALIYUGA, such great Lord's name also, Bhagavan, people don't take. What he is saying, therefore, they would take it. So, in that, the hint is what? At the time of the death, Lord's name should be remembered, so that when you leave the body, you are reaching Uttamagati, not Narakadi. That will happen only throughout the life when you are taking the name of Lord. Throughout the life means what? From this very moment. Therefore, let us be very convinced after this instruction of Shukadevji, in no moment from the time you get up till the Nidra. See, those two words we studied in one of the text. Asuptehe amrute kalam nayet bhagavat namasmaranena or vedanta chintaya. आसुप्तेरामृते कालम नयेत वेदांत चिंतया आसुप्तेरामृते कालम नयेत भगवान नामेन. See, asuptehe means from the morning we get up till we sleep at night. Supti ka tamay anetak. So to amritehe means from the time of the birth till the death. So every day from morning till we sleep night, and in the life from the time of birth till the death, we have to do only Vedanta Chinta, here only Bhagavan Nama. That much we have to be committed to do. And as we saw, if you remember 2-3 days back, what else great jobs are the projects Bhagavan given us. कुछ नहीं दिया. What it means? यार तुमको बाहर का कोई काम नहीं दे रहा हूँ, भक्ति ज्ञान वाला दे रहा हूँ और उसको उपयोग करो. And luckily some of us are making full use of it through our morning evening classes. But listening is very good, should be followed by our own committed sadhana. There are two things. One is I must be fully satisfied because of my own conscious efforts put in sadhana. मुझे तृप्ति होना चाहिए. Second thing is what? That sadhana which is consciously put by me, of which I am satisfied, should also give us this joy of getting some of the glimpses or the results also. ये दोनों हमको पूरा भरपूर महसूस करना है, अनुभव करना है. Neither the anubhava should be vague, nor the practice should be half-hearted. Fully, wholeheartedly, we have to involve whatever the sadhana we are going to do. Here the Nama Sankirthana is told. And the result of that, in the form of calmness and quietness, purity felt inside, the Lord's bhakti towards the Lord is growing. Accordingly, the maturity is coming. The only maturity is complete Sharanagati to the Lord. This all, and that Sharanagati to the Lord should lead to absolute miseryless, fearless, doubtless, confusionless life of ours we should enjoy. So this is how in the second shloka we are told about the sadhana after the theoretical inspiration that we must take the Nama of the Paramatma all the time. So prapnoti yakshanti natam kalau janaha. What to talk? Oh Parikshito, people don't take such a Lord's name, taking which when one leaves body, all the karma bandhan goes away and they reach to Uttama Gati. Now it is a direct into to Parikshitji. Even he'll more directly speak after 4 shlokas that, oh Parikshita, you got the curse. Almost 7th day is coming to end. Therefore, you are the one who is going to leave body. So start intensely taking name. Parikshit ji to already usme ramne lage hain. And to all of us also, same instruction. Now, one by one, shlokas talking about Mahima again of Bhagavan Smarana Ityadi. We'll see the shloka number 45 now. Pumsam kalikrutan doshan dravya deshatma sambhavan sarvan harati chittastaha bhagavan purushottamaha. This is the most important thing in our life, talking about the faith. And how can you have faith? Only one thing. My God, my Guru Shukadevji told. In my most beloved Shastra, Bhagavat Purana, it is there. Bhagavat Purana is such a Shastra which is given, endorsed right from Bhagavan Parabrahma, Sriman Narayana, Brahmadeva, सनकादि मुनि नारदादि शुकादि सूतादि इतने लोगों के द्वारा ये जो प्रचारित है भागवत में, this authority is there. Why should I go for any other's opinion? Why should I leave it to my own mind's doubt? Without mind's doubt, without leaving to anybody's opinion, I am very crystal clear in my faith that the Bhagavan's Upasana will have this wonderful effect or result. याद रख लेना, कल हम इसको बार पढ़ेंगे दोबारा. When we chant or study the तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद विज्ञानमय कोश तस्य श्रद्धैव शिरः ऋतं दक्षिण पक्षः सत्यम उत्तर पक्षः योगात्मा महापुच्छम प्रतिष्ठा. In these 5 things only, entire you and I human beings spiritual understanding and sadhana siddhi is there. We are going to see it. So this shloka talks about don't need to ask anyone, don't give chance for your mind to have any doubt. Just to see that in Bhagavata, which is the most authentic grantha, it is given that the Bhagavan's Upasana has such a beautiful effect. With that faith, keep on doing. Now, Shukadevji's Krupa Karuna Purita Vachana. What he is saying in the verse 45? Pumsam, of human beings, you and I, Kalikratan Doshana, all the doshas which he is doing because of Kali Prabhava. Remember that. Left to ourselves without a Lord's name or Upasana, we are in this Kaliyuga. Therefore, we are definitely influenced by it, and knowingly, unknowingly, some doshas we do. Kalikrutan dosha. And which are the 3 sources where the dosha of the Kali are there? Many, many are there, but mainly there are 3, it is told. One is Dravya, second is Desha, third is Atma. Yesterday we have exhaustively seen. So Dravya ka dosha Kaliyug mein hai. You know that in all, what is the dosha in the Dravya in the Kaliyuga? They are so enchantingly, beautifully decorated, etc. Seeing them, the senses get attracted. That's called as Dravya Kruta Dosha in Kali. Is it understandable? The beautification of the world is so much made that we are attracted to indulge in that. It's like a decorating, garnished way of displaying the eatables, seeing which we get attracted to eat it. An example. So, Dravya Krita Dosha. So, the Dravya में अलग अलग तरह का attractive arrangements करने के कारण we get attracted towards them and then get infatuated by it. That's called Dravya Krita Dosha. Dravya Krita Dosha. And inherently also in many of the Dravyas, there is the creation of the Bhoga Asakti in us. Technically it is called as, English में बोलो, the intoxicating aspects. You know that caffeine in the coffee, in the tea also that specific ingredient too. In all these drinks and drugs, there are some specific ingredients that when we take them, again we are made to take them, a habit of that forms, which is very, very tough to come out. In the same way, in all today's manufacturers, producers also, some or the other colors or the tastes or the chemicals they add, tasting which are like the children. Why do they like Maggie so much, not the other foods? Because in that masala, some masala is added, which is so tempting to the tongue that the child wants that only, not the other. Some fragrances are added, some tastes are added, some colors are added. कुछ ना कुछ करके ऐसे हमको ना वो अट्रैक्शन कराते हैं. Many, somewhere the cover itself is beautiful, somewhere the taste, कुछ भी करो हमको फंसाने वाले हैं. This is called a dravya kruta kali. Kali dosha is all of that. You remember all those which were told in the 10-15 shlokas. Any of those doshas, सारे दोष हमारे पास आने की जरूरत नहीं, दो चार काफी है तवा होने के लिए. So dravya kruta doshas are all of them. Intoxicants, those who make us addicted to them, etc. Dravya dosha है वो सब. And then we get habituated to them. There is no satisfaction or satiation. We slowly involve only in that, and for the sake of that, any of the non-positive thing we are ready to do. Please, dravya includes all. Like you look at somebody's house which is palatial, then you also get attracted, but you don't have the money. Then you take the loan or you beg or borrow or the steal. All that dravya kruta drosha. A clothing scene very attractive, ornament scene very attractive, or your neighborhood got a imported car, उसको देखकर आपको भी attraction होता है, then we also, ये सब द्रव्य में दोष है. सारे भोग वस्तुओं को आकर्षण वाले बनाकर हमको आकर्षित करना एक कलयुग में होता है. द्रव्य कृतान दोषा. Second, first one. Second is what? Desha kruta dosha. Desha ke karan dosha. As we have explained yesterday, each place inhabited by the people there and the activities done there gather that type of vibrations there. Therefore, don't take the risk of going to every place all the time. You have to be very conscious and choosy about visiting the places. इधर घर बनाने के लिए जगह खरीदो या कोई जगह पे जाना है, कोई प्रोग्राम करना है, for everything the place you have to have. Place itself. Therefore, an intelligent person in KALIYUGA who want to protect himself from the non-positive, want to be only in that spiritual field, he will never go to such type of deshas. And there are dravya which are very inspiring, positive also. Is it not in this world? The temples, the bell of the ringing of temple, when you listen, smell that fragrance of the agarbatti, all of that are very inspiring, devotional and chanting. भगवान का नाम वगैरह सुनना कान से ये सब. Same way, the places also are there which are very inspiring, positive. Probably possible है तो वहीं visit करना, but there are so many desha which are corrupted by the people and their activity. Let us avoid them. So those kruta dosha, desha kruta dosha. Third one is what? Atma sambhavan. Here Atma is mana. Atma is our own vasanas. ये दोनों मिलकर ना मन ही मन में so many kali sambandhi vrittis are the thoughts. They go on projecting relentlessly from the morning till night. And the company around us also is like that. People whom we meet also are like that. Thank God you and I don't go anywhere into the outer world that हमको ज़्यादा exposure नहीं है. But in today's world, if you go and see in big offices, the corporate world, the clubs and all, क्या क्या हंगामा होता रहता है वहाँ. हम thank God बच गए उन सब से. So Atma Sambhavan is within our own mind, the Sankalpa Vikalpa that are coming because of vasanas. So whether the dosha that are born because of Sankalpa Vikalpa in the mana and vasanas, or in the different places, whichever we are forced to visit, or the people or the things we contact, they have powerful potentiality to corrupt us with Kali. All of that will be avoided. All of that is eliminated if we do one thing. And what is one thing here said is Sarvan Harati. All these doshas are Harati, removed, eliminated, destroyed when Hrutstaha Bhagavan, Chittastaha Bhagavan Purushottama. When that Purushottama Bhagavan is made to stationarily stay in our chitta. So therefore, any place we go, any dravya we contact, any of the vritti हमारे मन में आने से पहले, first ensure that in the hridaya, Bhagavan Krishna is made to stay. Permanently is there, remember him. So therefore, in Kaliyuga, only protection is हमारे चित्त में भगवान को बिठाना. Chittastaha, that is the most important. And the goal is what? through the chanting of the Lord's name through mouth, and also by listening to his glories through ears, and by doing various of the upasanas, even by singing his glories or listening if somebody is singing, through all these processes, what should happen is into our chitta, Bhagavan with all his mahimas should enter and permanently be there. That at any given moment we are conscious of him only, not anything else. As we have discussed in our various Vedantic classes, chitta is equal to mana buddhi ahankar. चित्त में से ही मन बुद्धि अहंकार आते हैं, and then ahankara is the batsman, mana buddhi are the bowlers and fielders. Therefore, if into the chitta, if you have to have Bhagavan Krishna or Bhagavan, what it says, chitta staha, if you want to make Krishna in our chitta, what you have to do is the what? Through the mana, the sankalpa vikalpa should be only of Bhagavan. Through the buddhi also, our Vishleshana Vicharana only to establish Bhagavan in his Mahima, and then Aham should be always feel being blessed by Krishna, always feel to be at the feet of Lord Krishna. In our conscious efforts, when we do these three things, then into the chitta, Krishna Bhagavan enters. When he is in the chitta, then all these doshas, he will eliminate there. He will work as a vaccine, not allowing this virus of Kali to enter into our bosom. There's no way, and it really can be felt. All the time be in Bhagavan's Smarana, whether you are in Kaliyuga or whichever terrible thing, nothing will trouble us. So the sadhana is not superficially, but chitta mein Bhagavan ko bitana. Another meaning of chitta mein Bhagavan ko bitana is with full astha and shraddha. Chitta is again the abode of shraddha. Chitta is abode of the chintanam. Chitta is abode of all the mana buddhi ahankara. Therefore, chittastaha Bhagavan is, he should be stabilized there. Like in Gita 12th chapter also. मय्येव मनादस्व मयि बुद्धि निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अतोर्ध्वो न संशयः अथ चित्तम. कृष्ण भगवान अबाउट 12th चैप्टर में भक्ति का यही कहते हैं कि चित्त में पूर्णतः भगवान को बिठाना. सो एवं सतयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वाम हरिभास्ते येषाप्यक्षरम् अव्यक्तं तेषां के युक्तमा मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्तो उपासते श्रद्धया पर्योपेताः ते मे युक्ततमावताः. Then in the 4th shloka again says, इधर चित्त में भगवान को बिठाना. It is our target now. It is our goal. Chitta and Hridaya almost are the same sthanam. So today we have learned this. When Bhagavan is in the Chitta, he will see to it that he will work there as wisdom, he will work there as discrimination, he will work there as memory of the Shastra, he will work there as Dharma Vichakshana, he will remind us of the ultimate goal. He will remind that, यार मैं तुम्हारे दिल में हूँ, how come you are entertaining this Kali dosha? Whatever the way that is possible or required, that way the Lord who is kept in our heart by our efforts starts working and protects us from the Kali dosha. Like what we said yesterday, day before, in our Puja Gurudev's anecdote and explanation, इंदर भगवान को बिठाए ना तो वो हमको पाप करने में बचाते हैं करने से, है ना, एनी ऑफ द कलिकृत दोष करने से वो हमको रोकते जाते हैं. If the Lord is not there, then we are the devil now. Along with all the devils around, our life will be absolutely Kali Kruta only, Kali Yukta only. And the Kali is full of Kalmasha Kashmala. With that, when we live life negatively, the result is Narakadi. So, Chittastaha Bhagavan Purushottamaha Sarvan Kali Krutan Doshan Harati Pumsam Dravya Desha Atma Sambhavan. So therefore, without putting the Lord in the chitta, don't take the risk of going to any of the Dravya Desha as well as any of the people. If you do that, the Kali doshas come. On the other hand, first and foremost, Bhagavan ko hriday mein rakho, like Ma Manusmara Yuddhacha. Thereafter, as a devotee of the Lord, wherever we go, and anything we are asked to do or thought comes in the mind only, of negativity or Kali, that Lord will give us strength not to involve in that non-positive. So this is a very subtle secret now we are telling in concluding the class, what it is what. Even after so much of Purana Itihasa Shravana, even after our study in Kali Yuga, still if some non-positive thoughts and actions of Kali type are happening through us, means what? We did all the thing, but we have not done the thing. What is that thing? We have not allowed the Lord to enter into our chitta and stay there permanently. Why? Because if the Lord is made to be in the chitta, he will see that no Kali dosha is invited or practiced by us. Why? Bhagavata said. अगर भागवत में सुखदेव जी ने कहा कि चित्त में हृदय में भगवान है तो वो कली के दोषों को नाश करेंगे, और हमारे लाइफ में सब उपासनाएं करते हुए भी कली के दोष नाश नहीं हुए, अर्थ क्या हुआ? अभी हमने भगवान को चित्त में नहीं बिठाया, भगवान को नहीं, माया को ही बिठाया, अहंकारी को ही बिठाया, काम क्रोध से भरा हुआ जीव को ही अभी हम वहां पाल पोस रहे हैं. Therefore, very subtle hint what he is giving. It is not how many number of classes you do, how many number of stotras you study, how many times Bhagavata we study. This is not we are asking. We are asking, Hriday mein, Chitta mein, Bhagavan baithe ki nahi. Is it not? Then what to do, Swami? Then should we leave it or what? No. Continue it with more clarity that the purpose of all this is in the Chitta, Bhagavan should be there. Not the Ahankari with all his Kama Krodadi Vikara. That's how our effort. And what is the expression? If in the Chitta Bhagavan has come, Mana Buddhi and Ahankara, do only those sankalpas, only those nirnayas, only those karmas. मन का संकल्प, बुद्धि का निश्चय, अहंकार का कर्म, ये सारे भगवत संबंधी ही होना है. That means you are in your chitta, Bhagavan is there. Such person, सुबह उठते ही will be busy only in his routine of भगवान का पूजा मंदिर साफ करो, पूजा करो, फिर उनके नैवेद्य बना दो, फिर शास्त्र पढ़ो, भजन कीर्तन करो. If somebody is, like I said yesterday, like a mad fellow doing everything related to the Lord only throughout the day, that means उनके चित्त में भगवान. The one who's casually at 12 o'clock remembering the God by mistake and saying hello, good afternoon to him. That means in his chitta, the kama krodhadi vikaras are there, ahankara is there, so many other useless people are there, not Bhagavan. This is a test for us. चित्त में भगवान है तो कली दोष नहीं करेगा स्पर्श, कली के दोष में हम जूझ रहे हैं, करता चित्त में भगवान को बिठाए नहीं. Therefore, what we are doing is the same thing. We have to continue. But we have to become more conscious, careful now. That the chitta mein Bhagavan baith jaye. Expression of that is what? Throughout the day we are in Bhagavan's Smarana. You know, how to protect from the winter? By covering yourself with warm clothes. Heavy rains, you are inside the house. How to protect the Kali from Kali? Be at the feet of the Lord, keeping the Lord in the chitta, only revel in Him. नहीं तो पकड़ेंगे हमको कली दोष, जकड़ेंगे, फिर हमसे हर तरह का पाप कराएंगे, देन हो भोग दुख का हमें भोगना पड़ता है. इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डिस्कशंस. कंटिन्यू वी विल टुमारो देयर. श्रुतः हाउ द लॉर्ड हैज टू बी मेड टू एंटर इनटू अवर चित्त, दैट साधना विल बी टोल्ड इन दिस श्लोका. नेक्स्ट वन, an example is given later on. Then in that next shloka, only through the Bhagavan's smarana in the chitta, that all the chitta and antakarana shuddhi happens more than that of through any of the other sadhana. Having said in this way, in this shloka 49, concluding the Shukadevji says, therefore, hey Parikshit, you are now going to leave the body, sarvatmana, by all means and techniques and efforts, see to it that your heart is filled with the divine Lord only. And then कलयुग में जितने भी दोष हैं, एक बढ़िया सा फायदा है कि by कीर्तन of the Lord only, all impurities go away, God comes and He protects. This is how this chapter is making it more specific for us in our understanding and sadhana. Undoubtedly, we will understand what is our sadhana if we thoroughly listen to this topic. So these few more shlokas, we will see them tomorrow. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Bol Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Sadgunath Maharaj ki jai. Friends, today is Maha Shivaratri. So, one or two stotrams we will chant. Which stotram you want? No, अभी तो फरमाइश का टाइम नहीं है. दक्षिणावधि स्तोत्रम मैंने सुबह कर दिया. नागेंद्र हराय भी हो गया. तो वी विल डू द शिव मानस पूजा एंड वी विल डू ब्यूटिफुल वन क्या है, मार्ग बंधु भी कर दिया मैंने. देन अर्धनारीश्वर वी विल डू शिव मानस पूजा, अर्धनारीश्वर, मे बी वन मोर थिंग. 2 or 3. First शिव मानस पूजा. ओम अथ श्री महाशिवरात्र्यां पर्वदिने श्री सांब सदाशिव परमात्मनः अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध सिद्ध्यर्थम समस्त पुराण इतिहासोक्त भगवत भागवत दर्शन अनुग्रह आनंद अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म कृते कंकणबद्ध साधक सेवक भक्त संस्थापकानां विघ्न शत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति साधना संपदा अनुकूलता सिद्धि द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम विश्व शांति कल्याण प्राप्त्यर्थम समस्त सद्भक्तानां आयुरारोग्येश्वर क्षेम स्थैर्यादि प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री सांब सदाशिव परमात्मा संबंधी स्तोत्राणां पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. आदौ श्री सांब सदाशिव परमात्मनः ध्यानम्. ओम अथात्मानं शिवात्मानं श्रीरुद्ररूपं ध्यायेत. शुद्धस्फटिकसङ्काशं त्रिनेत्रं पञ्चवक्त्रकं गङ्गाधरं दशभुजं सर्वाभरणभूषितं नीलग्रीवं शशाङ्काङ्कं नागयज्ञोपवीतिनं व्याघ्रचर्मोत्तरीयं च वरेण्यमभयप्रदं कमण्डलवक्षसूत्राणां धारिणं शूलपाणिनं ज्वलन्तं पिङ्गलजटाशिखामुद्योतद्धारिणं वृषस्कन्धसमारूढम् उमादेहार्धधारिणम् अमृतेनाप्लुतं शान्तं दिव्यभोगसमन्वितं दिग्देवता समायुक्तं सुरासुरनमस्कृतं नित्यं च शाश्वतं शुद्धं ध्रुवमक्षरमव्ययं सर्वव्यापिनमीशानं रुद्रं वै विश्वरूपिणम्. ओम आपातालनवस्तलान्तभुवनब्रह्माण्डमाविस्फुरत् ज्योतिस्फाटिकलिङ्गमौलिविलसत्पूर्णेन्दुवान्तामृतैः अस्तोकाप्लुतमेकमीशमनिशं रुद्रानुवाकान् जपन् ध्याये दीप्सितसिद्धये ध्रुपदं विप्रो विषिञ्चेत् शिवं ब्रह्माण्डव्याप्तदेहाभासितैमरुचा भासमाना भुजङ्गैः कण्ठे कालाः कवर्दाः कलितशिशकलाश्चण्ड कोदण्डहस्ताः त्र्यक्षा रुद्राक्षमालाः प्रकटितविभवा शाम्भवा मूर्तिमेधाः रुद्रा श्री रुद्रसूक्त प्रकटितविभवान् प्रयच्छन्तु सौख्यम्. Listen carefully. First, Lord Shiva in the Shuddha Spatika Rupa, imagine in your own heart. Then Lord Shiva alone in the Shuddha Spatika Rupa, he is there in the heart of all the jivas in the world. Third, the entire universe is in that Bhagavan Shiva only. To that Lord Shiva, invoking his grace for our own bhukti mukti, do all upacharas that are possible in the mind while chanting the mantras, chanting the stotra. Do the abhishekam. Thereafter, all the upasanas, whatever, anyway, we are doing the manasa upachara. So, for our own sake, maybe in a minute's time, we will do all of that so that we become fit for even the stotra patanam. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv Vandanaन् Mrityormukshiyamamrutat. Om Shri Samba Sadashivaya Jagadishwaraya Parameshwaraya Namaha. Dhyayami Dhyanam Samarpayami Avayahami Avahanam Samarpayami Asanam Samarpayami Padyam Samarpayami Argyam Samarpayami Asamaniyam Samarpayami Shuddhodaka Kshirodaka Vanchamrita Kshirodaka Shuddhodaka Snanabhishekan Samarpayami वस्त्रेण उद्वर्तयामि वस्त्रं समर्पयामि भस्म रक्षां धारयामि चन्दनं कुङ्कुमान् समर्पयामि यज्ञोपवीतं समर्पयामि पुष्पमालां समर्पयामि आभरणान् समर्पयामि समस्त अलङ्कारान् समर्पयामि पुष्पैः पूजयामि. ओम भवाय देवाय नमः, ओम शर्वाय देवाय नमः, ईशानाय देवाय नमः, पशुपतये देवाय नमः, रुद्राय देवाय नमः, उग्राय देवाय नमः, भीमाय देवाय नमः, ओम महते देवाय नमः, श्री महादेवाय नमः. धूपदीपान् समर्पयामि नैवेद्य निवेदयामि. ओम श्री सांब सदाशिवाय नमः. ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि. स्वर मंगल नीराजनान् दर्शयामि. सुवन्त्र मंत्रपुष्पं पुष्पाञ्जलिं फलानि समर्पयामि. आत्मप्रदक्षिणं समर्पयामि. अथ स्तोत्रपाठेन तोषयामि. So all that in the mind, to the extent we can have Shraddha, we have done it. Now first Shivamanasa Puja, thereafter what we thought about as Ardhanarishwara Stotram. We said no. Let us chant. Om Atha Shri Shivamanasa Puja. Om Ratnaiः Kalpitamasanam Himajalaiः Snanam Cha Divyambaram Nanaratna Vibhushitam Mrugamada Modankitam Chandanam Jati Champaka Bilva Patra Rachitam Pushpam Cha Dhupam Tatha Deepam Devadanidhe Pashuvate Rutkalpitam Gruhyatam Sauvarne Navaratna Khanda Rachite Patre Krutam Payasam Bhaksham Panchavidam Payodadiyutam Rambhafalam Panakam Shakanamayutam Jalam Ruchikaram Karpura Khandojwalam Tambulam Manasamaya Virachitam Bhaktya Prabho Svikuru Chatram Chamaryoryugam Vyajanakam Cha Adarshakam Nirmalam Veena Bheri Mrudanga Kahalakala Geetam Chanutyan Tatha Sashtangam Pranatistutir Bahuvidha Yetat Samastam Maya Sankalpena Samarpitam Tava Vibho Pujam Gruhana Prabho Atma Tvam Girijamatis Parijanaha Prana Shariram Gruham Pujate Vishayopabhogarachana Nidra Samadhistitihi Sanchara Patayoha Pradakshina Vidhi Stotrani Sarva Giraha Yadyat Karma Karomi Tattadakilam Shambho Tavaradhanam Karacharana va Kayajam Karmajam va Shravananayanajam va Manasam va Paradham Vihitam va Sarvametat Kshamasva Jai Jai Karunamte Sri Mahadeva Shambho Shiva Shiva Karunamte Sri Mahadeva Shambho. So simple, so beautiful. Now Ardhanarishwara Ashtakam. Om Atha Shri Samba Sadashiva Anugrahartham Ardhanarishwara Ashtakasya Parayanam Vayam Sarve Karishyamahe. Om Ambodharashyamalakuntalayai Tatet Prabhatam Rajatadharaya Nirishwarayai Nikhileshwaraya Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya Pradiptaratno Jvalakundalaye Spuran Mahapannagabhushanaya Shiva Priyayai Cha Shiva Priyaya Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya Mandaramala Kalitalatayai Kapalamalankitakandharaya Divyambarayai Cha Digambaraya Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya Kasturika Kunkumalepanaayai Smashana Bhasmanga Vilepanaya Krutasmarayai Cha Vikrutasmaraya Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya Padaravindarpita Hamsakayai Padavjarajat Faninupuraya Kalamayayai Vikalamayaya Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya Prapancha Srushtyunmukha Lasyakayai Samasta Samharakatandavaya Samekshanayai Vishamekshanaya Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya Prafulla Nilotpala Lochanayai Vikasa Pankeruhalochanaya Jagadjananyai Jagadekapitre Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya Antarvahishchordhamadascha Madhye Purascha Paschatcha Vidikshu Dikshu Sarvam Gatayai Sakalam Gataya Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya 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 Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya. Then what are the stotras? Big stotras are there. Two more will do. Shiva Bhujanga Prayata. Let me see. How big is that? Huge one. यार 40 श्लोक है वो. Other one is what? Dakshinamurtika Chodosam, Vedasara Shiva Stotram 71. Give me a minute. I have not selected them. Yeah, very good. This one is good. Vedasara Shiva Stotram, Shiva Aparada Kshamapana. These two we do. Then after Ramayana class, we should Shiva Kavacham. Om Ada Shri Vedasare Shiva Stotram Shri Adi Shankaracharya Krutam Om Pashunam Patim Papanasham Paresham Gajendrasya Krutim Vasanam Varenyam Jatajuta Madhye Spurat Gangavarim Mahadevamekam Smarami Smararim Mahesham Suresham Suraratinasham विभुं विश्वनाथं विभूत्यङ्गभूषं विरूपाक्षमिन्द्वर्कवह्निं त्रिनेत्रं सदानन्दमीडे प्रभुं पञ्चवक्त्रं गिरीशं गणेशं गणे नीलवर्णं गवेन्द्राधिरूढं गुणातीतरूपं भवं भास्वरं भस्मनाभूषिताङ्गं भवानी कळत्रं भजे पञ्चवक्त्रं शिवाकान्तशम्भो शशाङ्कार्धमौळे महेशानशूलिन् जटाजूटधारिन् त्वमेको जगद्व्यापको विश्वरूपः प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रभो पूर्णरूप परात्मानमेकं जगद्बीजमाद्यं निरीहं निराकारमोङ्कारवेद्यं यतो जायते पाल्यते येन विश्वं तमीशं भजे लीयते यत्र विश्वं न भूमिर्न चापो न वह्निर्न वायुः न चाकाशमास्ते न तन्द्रा न निद्रा न ग्रीष्मो न शीतं न देशो न वेशः न यस्यास्ति मूर्तिं त्रिमूर्तिं तमीडे अजं शाश्वतं कारणं कारणानां शिवं केवलं भासकं भासकानां तुरीयं तमः पारमाद्यन्तहीनं प्रपद्ये परं पावनं द्वैतहीनं नमस्ते नमस्ते विभो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते चिदानन्दमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्य प्रभो शूलपाणे विभो विश्वनाथ महादेव शम्भो महेश त्रिनेत्र शिवाकान्त शान्त स्मरारे पुरारे त्वदन्यो वरेण्यो न मान्यो न गण्यः शम्भो महेश करुणामय शूलपाणे गौरीपते पशुपते पशुपाशनास्तिन् काशीपते करुणया जगदेतदेकः त्वं हंसि पासि विदधासि महेश्वरोऽसि त्वत्तो जगद्भवति देव भवस्मरारे त्वय्येव तिष्ठति जगन्मृडविश्वनाथ त्वय्येव गच्छति लयं जगदेतदीश लिङ्गात्मके हरचराचर विश्वरूपिन् लिङ्गात्मके हरचराचर विश्वरूपिन्. Let us chant द्वादश ज्योतिर्लिंग स्तोत्रम. सौराष्ट्रे सोमनाथञ्च श्रीशैले मल्लिकार्जुनम उज्जैन्यां महाकालम् ओंकारममलेश्वरम् अरण्यां वैद्यनाथञ्च ढाकिन्यां भीमशङ्करं सेतुबन्धे तु रामेशं नागेशं दारुकावने वाराणस्यां तु विश्वेशं त्र्यम्बकं गौतमीतटे हिमालये तु केदारं घुष्मेशं तु शिवालये एतानि ज्योतिर्लिङ्गानि सायं प्रातः पठेन्नरः सप्तजन्म कृतं पापं स्मरणेन विनश्यति स्मरणेन विनश्यति. Let us chant Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya mantra for 27 times, asking Lord Shiva to eliminate all the negativities in us. After the Ramayana class, we will do Shiva Parada Kshamapana, we will do our Shiva Kavacham, then we will chant Om Namah Shivaya, maybe for 27 times. That is our offering to Lord Shiva. At 12 o'clock in night, if we see we have the capacity and we have that patience, we will get up and do Om Namah Shivaya Japa and have that Linga Udbhava in our own hearts. Let us see whatever Lord wants. Right now, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya 27 times, asking the Lord to eliminate all negative and give us positive bhakti and jnanam. So as much devotion as possible. Try. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. 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 Lingodbhava Samayam, by which Lord has proved his supremacy over Brahma and Vishnu. That is how Shivaratri is celebrated. And also, Bhagavan has taken the Kalakuta Visha coming out of this Kshirasagara Mathana to bless all the worlds. Because of these two main reasons, today we do the Shivaratri Upasana. In this also, all our non-positive we give it to Him, and knowing Him to be the ultimate goal and means, we worship Him to be blessed by Him. When this devotion, when these prayers keep on happening in us, slowly His grace comes in the form of the ray of the informations or the knowledges or the convictions about the truth. In the realization of the truth by Lord Shiva's Anugraha, we get freed from all the untruth, all the delusions. May we all have that Shiva Anubhava every moment within and without. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnavidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Om Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai Bol Sri Samba Sada Shiva Bhagavan Ki Jai Om भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् देवसहितं प्रसुवा सत्यन्तर्तेन परिशिञ्चामि अमृते अमृतवर्षणं तं श्रावय स्वाहा अमृतोपस्तनवस पूर्वापोषणं प्राणाय पानाय व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पणं मध्ये मध्यमृतपानीयम् उत्तरापोषणस्तुपादप्रक्षालनाचमन ताम्बूलनीराजनान् दर्शयामि ओम् ओम नीलमेघ श्याम कृष्ण नित्य जगन मोहन कृष्ण बाल गोपाल कृष्ण भव्यमंगल वेणुगान लोल कृष्ण वेदांत वेद्य कृष्ण नवनीत चोर कृष्ण नित्य मंगल भक्त जनाधार कृष्ण परम दयावार्ध कृष्ण मुक्ति संधाय कृष्ण मूर्ति मंगलम गीतामृतदात कृष्ण परम योगीश कृष्ण पार्थ सागर कृष्ण सर्वमंगलम राम सर्वमंगलम सतु सर्वमंगल ओम तदत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम हेमावितितो बान्धकुतोयमग्निः तमेवान्नोन्मादि सर्वं तस्य वासा सर्वमिदं विभाति ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय तन्नो प्रचोदयात् ओम तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् मंगलम श्री कुरुक्षेत्र लक्ष्मीवारणे पार्थसाधुरूपाय गीताचार्याय मंगलम मंगलम गुरुदेव मने गुणात्म सलोक्षणीय साधुरूपाय मंगलम व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णु नमो ब्रह्मदेवाय नमः योगिन्द्राय नमस्तस्मै शिवाय ब्रह्मरूपिणे संसार सर्वदष्ट विष्णुनाथ मोचत बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय बोल श्री सांब सदाशिव भगवान की जय बोल श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय बोल श्री वेदव्यास शुकदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय हर नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हर सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. We will start our Shiva Purana also in one of the languages, maybe in Hindi. Let us see when the Lord wants. Okay. Now we will conclude. In 2 minutes, we will join for our Adhyatma Ramayana, which is Lord Shiva only as the Guru teaching us for 20 minutes or so. Again, we do some stotram and fill our hearts with devotion to Bhagavan, Krishna, and Rama, and Shiva, and Jagannatha, because Lalita Parana we are doing, and also all the Devatas and Gurus. Thank you, friends, for giving this chance. Om. Om Shri Krishna Shri. Om Namah